Hey guys, we have another wonderful, interesting story for the boat time for you about Barry and the ERNE Water Taxi here in Northern Ireland. We have met him on the lake several times before, had a little chat and figured out he has an electric boat built on his own completely. I think this is very interesting and we meet him later. Hello Barry, it's so nice to be here on board on your new boat, I would say, yeah?
Yeah, it's 2 years old now, Susie,
yeah,
so thanks for
new.
coming. Yeah, so it's been great. It's been 2 years operating as a boat tour here in Lough Erne, so we do tours of Lough Erne with this boat.
Yeah, but Discover Island, I think it's the name, yeah? Yeah.
Island Discovery.
Island, oh sorry, yeah.
Island Discovery. Yeah.
Island Discovery,
Yeah, so we called it that because Enniskillen, being an island town, you know, and this boat really focuses on the history of Enniskillen. And we do tours around Enniskillen, and it also doubles up as a floating venue for people who want to get out in the water or have a gathering of friends and family. And so they can dine or they can just have a tour.
Oh, you can have a dinner here?
Yeah, you can. We bring food on the boat here. We have a couple of local restaurants that we would deal with, and they bring the food down, like nice pizzas, pastas, salads, charcuterie boards, like lovely food with a nice little drink, and then they just enjoy the scenery as we're moving around Lough Erne.
Yeah, sitting here, dinner, have a glass of wine, and enjoy the islands.
Yeah, and I just drive, and then everyone's happy. Yeah.
Oh,
so no, it works really well.
Yeah.
And the boat was just a new type of design, because we used to have little yellow water taxis with an ordinary V-shaped hull. Yeah. But this is very different. It's a flat bottom boat. So.
With pontoons. Yes.
So we have 3 rows of pontoons. This is actually a Trimaran. So we have 3 rows, and there's 28 floats underneath this structure. Yeah. And they're all made from polypropylene, very solid plastic material, filled with foam, and it gives a great stability, very, very stable platform. Yeah. So even if you had a problem with one of them, you've still got 27, you know, it's good.
That's great. Yeah, we have seen people walking on board. There was nearly no movement.
That's right, yeah. It's very, very stable. And we've had people who are nervous of the water, and they come on, and after a trip on this boat, they find, no, there's no nerves anymore. We've cured them. Yeah. We've cured them.
Relaxed and enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can move on so easily because it's of this form of this boat.
Exactly. The water goes down through the channels in between each float, which means you get a lot of flowing water past the hull, and that means it's easier to move, and that's why we chose the electric engines. So it's fully electric. It's electric passenger boat. And it means we can travel with a lot less energy. We also can charge the battery bank with our solar panels on the roof.
Oh, on the roof. Oh, amazing. Yeah. How many energy brings these solar panel?
About 2 kilowatts of energy. So we have 2 kilowatts being produced on the roof, but we have 6 panels on the roof as well. And they charge the battery banks, which are in the back of the boat here.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
It is.
So yeah. That's and you drive very silent with the electric motors. Yeah,
that's the beauty of the electric motors. Definitely, the fact that they're so quiet. I mean, you glide through the water, and all you can hear is the water traveling past the hull. You know, it's a different experience than any motorboat. You really get more of nature around you. You hear the birds singing. You feel the water. You can get closer to the birds as well. Yeah, we have kingfishers just up the river here.
Oh, you have kingfishers over there?
Oh, yeah. And you can get really close to the kingfishers, and they're sitting on the branch. It's beautiful, you know.
Take a photograph.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you have to be very quick.
Oh yeah. I know. I had no luck.
Yeah.
We saw some, but
you did?
No luck. No, to get this
They're
on
too quick.
the picture.
They're too fast.
Very fast. Yeah, so it's an amazing experience for your customers to go in the nature. You make tours around Enniskillen Island, but you go a bit farther to Devenish Island as well. Is that right? Yeah,
we do. We
have seen you over there, so I know.
That's right. Yeah. Met you many times on the lake, and I suppose Devenish is one of the customers' favourite places to go, and it's one of our favourite places to go because it's such a beautiful site.
Yeah.
You've got the 6th century monastic round tower, you know, and place, very, very quiet place. We bring people out and we tell them just to listen, tell them to close their eyes for a minute and listen, and you can just hear the amazing nature around you.
The wind, the birds, the cows.
The cows, yeah, exactly. And it's a brilliant place. We love going out there. But we cover the whole lake. Our water taxi can go anywhere in Lough Erne.
Yeah, and that's the yellow one.
The yellow boat.
That's right. Yeah.
Boat,
it's a bit faster, I think. Yeah.
It's a little faster. Yeah. It's a petrol outboard engine with a 150 horsepower engine on the back. And the idea is Lough Erne is so big that you need a little bit more speed to see it. And the electric engines are great, but when the technology eventually comes, I think we'll go fully electric. If we can get a 150 horsepower electric engine, that would be the dream, you know. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, for cars the dream is here.
Yeah.
But I think for boats it would take some years.
Yeah, there is some manufacturers who have some very high powered electric engines, but they're very, very costly because they're just new.
Yeah.
So we're hoping over time costs will come down. We'll be able to purchase some of the electric, bigger engines.
Yeah, sounds great. But your engine on this boat, it's four small. They look small for me. I have no clue about these things.
They're small. They're manufactured in Germany by a company called Torqeedo. Fantastic company. They're one of the market leaders with the electric outboards, and we have four 4-kilowatt motors on the back of our boat here.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to about 32 horsepower.
32. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and how long can you drive the boat with the batteries?
We can go for 5 hours in total.
5 hours.
5 hours.
Wow.
So it means we can do all our tours in one day, and then we can either charge up using the solar energy from the solar panels, or we can charge up by plugging the boat in at night time.
So you have a place where you can plug in and charge the boat overnight, yeah?
Yeah, we've had a jetty which has electric shore power.
Oh, okay.
We just plug it in at night, and the great thing is you come back in the morning, we're fully charged. And if it's sunny, you know, you have enough energy to keep going all day. You can go much longer than 5 hours because our battery banks are being topped up as we move. So you can go unlimited amount of time if the sun's shining.
So maybe on a day like this, it was sun and rain and sun and rain. What do you think? How much longer can you go than 5 hours?
Well, we can go. I mean, I just look quickly around here or over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I have a 51 volts still in the battery, 52 volts. It's a 48 volt battery bank, so I know I'm probably about 80% charged there at the minute. And so
at the minute, you're
80% charged.
It's 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, and gone all day.
And you're gone all the day. Yeah. We have seen you cruising around Enniskillen.
Yeah, and we still have 80% in our battery bank ready to go if we want. Because if there is sun like there is today, even if it is cloudy, the times it's sunny, it's topping up quite quickly. And so we have lots of energy. It's great. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you still have 80% left driving around the whole day.
Right. Yeah, you could keep going. So technically, I suppose if you're traveling down the Shannon in an electric boat, you know, if you have enough panels on the roof, you could keep going as long as the sun is shining.
Yeah, when it's raining, you stay on board, no driving, because you get wet when you're outside. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. We have a roof here. Yeah. In America, they call them pontoon boats, but they don't have any roofs. They don't have any windows or doors.
Yeah.
But this is an Irish pontoon to keep the rain out, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You need a bit of windows. It's nice, especially when it's so windy like today.
Exactly.
You can't eat or relax here because the wind is blowing.
That's right. Yeah. We had to close the door a few times today just to stop the wind coming in. But I mean, it's very sheltered inside. It's quite warm inside too because the amount of glass. And it works well.
Yeah, and the big windows let the sun in, and you can look out. And it's nice to sit here and just watch the people passing by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah,
makes a nice office.
Yeah. So maybe we can change. So do the work here. Yeah, that's great.
I would often bring my laptop here.
You can offer this to the people here from Enniskillen. Yeah, come here too and work. Yeah.
Good. That's a good thinking. There you go.
Yeah, you can Wi-Fi.
We've had all sorts of different events. You know, we've had musicians aboard. You know, we play a person playing guitar or keyboard or fiddle. Yeah. And it adds to the atmosphere. You know, you can imagine traveling up the river with your musician aboard. We've had food events. We've had small conference space for people to do meetings. We have done events like that as well. And we've even done some very, I suppose, heartfelt events, you know, people's birthdays, 80th birthday parties. We've done weddings. Weddings. We've transported the bride and groom to the local hotel, and we've even spread someone's ashes on Lough Erne from this boat. Yes. Yeah, so someone passed away. Yeah, well, it was actually a lovely ceremony. They brought the a religious person aboard. Yeah. They did the whole ceremony aboard, and they spread their ashes down on one of our rivers here, the Sillies River. Yeah. Sillies River's just up here, and it was a lovely ceremony. So to be asked to do things like that is a bit of it's an honour, you know. But it's also just nice that we have this flexible space that we can do all these different types of events.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So you can nearly do everything with this boat.
It's been great. It's opened up the business to new possibilities. Yeah. And so, I suppose somebody said, why don't you just have a floating cafe or a floating pub, you know, because you're in Ireland. Yeah. But I think we'll stick to the tours for now. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you need Guinness in your fridge, so
that's right.
Then you're a pub.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you need a lot of work around to do a lot of work around your boat, maintenance or?
Not too bad. You know, the engines are brilliant because there's very little maintenance with the engines. Yes. Hardly any maintenance, thankfully. The electric motors require little or no maintenance. It's really just the seals for the shaft goes out through from the electric motor directly to a prop. And you have to make sure the seals are replaced every 300 hours. So that's something we do, and that's easy to do. It's just 4 bolts, take it off, replace the seals, put it back on. Very simple process. The boat itself requires very little maintenance because everything is corrosion free. We've aluminium frame. Aluminium frame.
Yeah, so no corrosion.
No corrosion. Polypropylene hull. It doesn't require anti-fouling. You know, we don't. You know, you just leave it in the water. It's fine. You can take it out and clean it with a power hose. The rest of the structure, everything is built not to corrode, so it works really well.
Yeah. Oh, that's very clever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, boats can deteriorate over time, but we try to use the materials that are most efficient around the water because timber doesn't really last too well around water unless you keep it varnished all the time.
And steel also is corrosion. Yeah.
But we have aluminium. We have plastic coated aluminium panels on the outside. We have plastic coating decking. It does use quite a lot of plastics, but the beauty of it is it won't rust or deteriorate.
Yeah.
So very little maintenance.
Yeah, and if you have wood, it will start to rotten at any time. Exactly. And if you have this, but it looks like wood.
Yes. So yes.
It's very lovely to walk on this, and it looks like wood. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
It's like wooden decking, but plastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have no work with this, so
no.
Just a bit of water, clean it up.
That's it.
Ready.
You just give it a scrub. You can power hose it, and ready to go.
It's perfect.
Makes life a little easier.
Yeah. Can you show me around a bit and show me some details of your boat?
Oh, no problem. Yeah. Come on ahead. I'll take you down here to show you our inverter. This is really the brains of the electric system. So in behind this panel here, I'll show you, we have our inverter. It's a multi-plus 48 volts, 35 amp, and the whole idea is this powers everything on the boat.
All these little lights and
all
the TV
TVs, we have 2 TVs, we have a fridge. Any electrics that we require on the boat is powered from this. Not only does it power that, but it also charges our battery banks, which is really important when we come back.
From the solar roof.
No, this isn't a
different system.
You can use this for solar charge controller, but this is actually used on this boat just for plugging in at night time.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we plug in at night time, it'll change from, at the moment, its status is invert, and when you plug it in, it changes the status to bulk, which means it's bulking up, and it's bulking up with the battery, and it tells you how much energy you're producing. So at the minute I can see we have 32% left in this battery bank, and we have 80% left in the other battery bank, so we know how much energy we have.
80% left on the other
side. Because it was being charged by the solar panels.
Solar panel to
So you can see the solar is a great way. It means we have quite a lot of energy with the lithium battery bank, which we've used a lot today though because of the wind. So we're down to 32%. You know?
It was really windy today.
It's quite windy today, absolutely.
And these are the motors here outside?
The motors are just at the back of the boat here. Yeah, you can see just down here. They're 4 Cruise 4s, and they're 4,000 watt motors. So that means there's equivalent of 8 horsepower on each engine, which gives us a total of 32 horsepower. So that's what we have on the back of the boat, and that's sufficient to push this pontoon boat and all the people and all the weight that we have on it at about 4 knots.
4 knots.
4 knots. So we're not travelling fast, but we're not...
Just relaxed cruising around.
Relaxed cruising speed. It was really built to just go at a
And it's very... they don't go deep in the water, so you can go very near to the shore.
We can. We can get really close to the shore. And yes, as you noticed, they don't go deep in the water because the water actually flows past them underneath the pontoons. So we don't have to have them too deep in the water, the propellers. But it just bolts straight onto the aluminium frame. It's a very simple system.
And you built this on your own, is it? This too,
Yes. Well, the aluminium frame and the floats are a specialist bit of equipment, and I built everything above. So I built the cabin on top, and we installed the motors ourselves, learned about installing the hydraulic system ourselves, just learned as we went really, discovered how to do it.
Learning by doing,
learned by doing,
Okay, and these 2 engines here in the middle is for steering, for to move the boat around the corner, is that right?
Yeah, so these 2 engines at the back are the ones connected to the hydraulic steering system. So that's the hydraulic steering system. Then you have an arm linking the 2 engines in the middle. So when I steer this one, it steers this one as well, and they can steer together. The outer 2 engines though, they are fixed, which means you can't steer them. But the beauty of that is I can put one in forward and one in reverse.
These 2,
if I put one forward and one reverse,
you're turning around.
It spins the whole boat, and it's really effective. It's better than a bow thruster.
You can turn on the point.
You can turn on the circle, on the point.
Wow.
It's really efficient. And I can also use these at the same time to assist that turning. But I can turn literally right on one point, which for a boat of this size is really useful.
Amazing. If it's not too windy, it will work.
Exactly. If it's not too windy. Another good thing as well is if my steering for any reason broke down or stopped working, I can still steer home with these 2 engines by using the throttles forwards.
And these 2 are now connected to these 2 different batteries, is that right?
Yes, these ones are connected to my lithium battery bank, which we now have 32% left in, and these 2 are connected to the solar battery bank, which we still have 80% in because they've been topped up all day. Yeah.
So if you lose the one side of battery, you cannot charge with a solar panel, so you still can go on wherever you want because you can move around with these two.
Exactly. If I chose not to use these, we can still travel with the other two. Yeah, with
it's an amazing system.
It works well, and it means it's fail safe. So if one battery bank goes down, I still have another battery bank. I don't have to rely on the system to be 100% perfect. But thankfully, both systems have been very reliable. And we only had one problem at the beginning when a fuse blew. We put too much load on the engines at one time, and we haven't had that problem since because we changed the fuse to a slightly bigger fuse, and we haven't had any problems since. And that's 2 years ago.
Wow.
So it worked really well.
The only problem you ever had with the system?
A fuse.
Okay.
One fuse, yeah.
And this is your working place all day?
Yes.
Yeah? You steer the boat?
Yeah, this is the helm for the skipper. So we have our skippers who sit here. They would steer the boat from here. All the operation of the boat is from this area. So these are the 4 motors that power. You know, there's 4 different motors. We have the outer drives and the steering drives.
Okay. These 2 from the middle, you can move, correct. And these
these 2 are the outer drives. Yeah. Okay. So I can put one forward and one reverse, and that will turn me around, and then one forward, one reverse will turn me around the other way. So it works really well.
What can you see on this display? How many battery you have left?
Yeah, I can see what voltage is in the batteries. We can see what speed we're traveling at in knots. We can also see how many watts each motor is using at any one time. So it tells you how many watts we're using as well. It's very simple, actually quite simple stuff.
Thank you so much for showing us around your amazing boat.
No problem. My pleasure. Thank you for coming to see it, Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you.